Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome. And thank you for all the birthday wishes I got from different people. I don't even know how the date gets out there. I didn't put it out, I don't think. But anyway, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. And I'm talking as if I've got no teeth on the top, and you'd be correct. My top denture, just as I'm turning 65, decided not to fit. So I need to get it repaired, so you're not going to see a facial today. They sound like something out of Steptoe & Son if you're in the UK and you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to fix and repair this new to me old Taylor's Eyewitness. If you've seen the video yesterday, if you see up the top here, it's up around here. There you go, it's right in there. It is chipped, and at the top where the point of the spear is, it is chipped off as well. So I'm going to repair them too and give it a quick sharpen just to let you see how quick. This is old carbon steel, which is just fantastic steel for getting a great edge, and because the geometry is great. So a couple of wee tips where I'm going. I'm only sharpening on the 1000 grit stone because that's all I'm using this year to see how far I can go with it. And what I've got here, I've got an old stone. This is an old fine diamond stone. It's wore away. I used it for years. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use it. The only reason I'm not sharpening with it, I'm only going to take out the chips with this because I don't want to ruin a good stone. You just use a diamond one to take out chips. Now, you can either do it like that until you wear it down. But somebody taught me, and I can't remember, it might have been Jeff, when you're doing it, I'm just going to turn this sideways. This is the sort of ends, the bits that you don't use when you're sharpening. You do it here, and this is going to sound bad, but it works better for me. Can you hear that? I know it sounds terrible, but already we're getting rid of the top one. I'll move it down. It doesn't take that long, but just take your time. Don't take too much. The top spear is coming right, and there's not much left of the chip. That's getting there now, very much. I'm going this way just to get, so I want to get that tip to come up a wee bit. I don't want to touch the top part of the tip because that's going to, very nearly there now. And you want to get rid of it. I know you're going to sharpen a wee bit, but at this point I really want to get rid of all the chip because it was a substantial chip for a little small pen blade. So I want to get that. That's pretty good. What I'm going to do is try and take off the edges here before I put it to the stone. There you go, and I don't know whether you'll see that. You can see the shine of that coming back. I've really dulled that, but that's okay. But I've taken away that chip. I hope you can see the chip has gone from the side and the tip is now a point. So there you go, you can see that the chip is gone and the point is there. So it's as simple as that. You know, you don't have to worry about it. It's not, and you don't have to be gentle. It's metal. It's made for this sort of thing. So I've now finished this. I'm just going to take this. I just don't want a rough edge going on that good stone. Let me just. That's it, that'll do. Still completely blunt, but it's just taking that rough edge off. So now I'm going to go to my stone. This is the same stone that I'm going to be using to do all the testing, because I want to see how far I can go up the scale of hardness on blades. So I mean, this is just a basic carbon steel from years gone by. Oh, another thing I wanted to do. Oh, sorry, I want to do the kick. Don't I? I want to do the kick first. So I'm going to do this and have this just so that I can lean it up here and show you what I'm doing. Right. The kick is this bit here, and on this, the old-fashioned one, it's quite a long click. There you are, you can see it. I see that bit that's flat. I tried the stone out, and that was the little bit I've done with the file that I've got, and I'll show you it in a wee minute. So I've got a file. It's quite a long flat piece compared to what normally is. So this is what I use. I just bought a little packet of these from the hardware store, as you would say in the States. Little diamond files, there's round ones, there's all sorts, so I can do choils, anything with this. So I have a lot of choice there, so that's up there. I've chosen a little small square one, because that lets me get in right up the bolster without damaging the knife. And I'm just going to file this little bit here, because this, as it sits, it's sitting proud above the top there. Not by a whole lot, but it is sitting proud. And I just want to take that down, and I want to make a bit more room for it getting in at the back here, to the back blade. So I just set this down on something firm that it's not going to slip, and then I just gently, and I mean gently, start the file. I'm just going to take away some of this kick here. And the kick, again, for those that don't know, this is what stops the blade wrapping against the back of it. This keeps this high enough, keeps the blade high enough off the bottom that it doesn't hit the metal on the bottom of your knife. So it's an important wee bit of your knife. It's amazing just how important these wee bits are. So I'm just literally just filing this down. I'll have to just concentrate now, because I don't want to destroy the sides of the knife. This wee file fits in lovely. So that's it, it's starting to go now. And again, this is not a hard, I mean the Rockwell hardness of this is only going to be about 53, 54, which the old knives were, that's what they were sort of kept at, because it was efficient. It is literally all you need for a little small pen knife. With the geometry and the ability to get a sharpened edge on these is amazing. So I just want you to see what that's like. I want you to see what I've done. There you go. You see that? I've just filed that flat. So I don't want to take again too much. I've got a nice point on the knife here. Now, there you go. That was all I had to do. That's all the time it took. Let me just show you. Well, let me just show you this. That's what I took off. This goes down and hits the bottom of the blade and stops the top bit doing it, and now it is now underneath. I mean, I didn't really need to do that because it wouldn't affect me, but aesthetically it would have got to me. The fact that it's now underneath there, absolutely perfect, looks nicer, and that, you know, that's important in these older knives, nearly more than anything else. I like them to look nice because they're the ones that people will, you'll hand and they'll look at and inspect. So having it nice just makes me feel good. So there we go, that's that done. Now, what else do I need? I need a bit of water from the stone, because if you remember, this is a 1000 grit Shapton ceramic. It's a class down from the Shapton glass stones, but not by much. It's a lovely smooth stone. This is a, there we go, this is a 1000 grit, which is a fine stone, I should say. So I'm just spreading that bit of water over there. Get a cloth that I should have had already. There we go, got a cloth. Finished with my little file, and now I'm just going to sharpen it. This is no different than any other blade that you're ever going to sharpen. It doesn't matter what size they are, what depth they are, or anything. The edge is always the edge, and it doesn't change. On this smaller knife, this is a little tip that I use. I don't know whether it's true or not. I have no idea. I am no expert whatsoever. But you've got a really thin blade. The geometry on this is already incredibly thin. You do not need to put a 10-degree edge on these knives. They're so thin, if you put an edge that thin on, it will just either fold, it'll do whatever, it'll just go away so quickly, you'll wear it out doing any sort of cutting. So to me, a 20-degree edge is absolutely fine on a little knife like this. It really does. All you want this is to be is sharp. And I'll just sort of show you, I'll sharpen it 20 degrees. So what I'm going to do is, you can see there, you can see where I'm coming down. This is where I flatten the edge. So it'll take more metal off there because it's protruding over the edge at the back. So what I want to do is just keep that angle. I've got it at about 20 degrees in my head, and it doesn't matter as long as I've got a rough edge on it. That's what I'm going to look for now is that I'm getting the same bevel right along the knife, and I'm not. So I need this back bit here. So where I want, when I'm sharpening, where I want more taken off, I'll just lay my thumb on it rather than up here where I normally hold it. I need some of the back taken off, so I'll just put my thumb, and I'm not pushing, I'm just laying my thumb on it, which gives it a little bit, and you should see the effect. I'm definitely not pushing, it's still the same lightness, but you can see here where it's taking it off, where it wasn't giving me I wasn't getting the bevel. You see I'm moving it, I'm not taking my hand off the stone. Now that's starting to come now. Still a wee bit in the back here that I want to come down a bit more, so I'm going to keep this finger up here. And I think you'll find at the back here there's a bit of a curve where they've been sharpened before, and a lot of these old knives are not going to have the best sharpening. We're getting right down now. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that. I'm getting right the way down. It's the same edge, right the way down to that last wee bit, and you'll see it's curved down. So I'm going to go in at a bit of an angle here, steepen my angle here so that I can get right down there. Let me just see. Now that's getting back to the edge now. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're sucking gas. That's nice. That's all the way down. And again, if I can see it, there you are. You can see that's all the way down to the end. So I've got a nice thing. So what I want to do is check. I'm cutting on this side, so the top side, I get my nail and I get my right down to the edge. The tip is not the best. I'm going to give it another couple of wee rubs. And again, don't rush. You don't want to put any pressure on. Just let the stone do the work. That's nicer. Gosh, that's lovely. Satisfying. So now I'm going to change over to the other side. So I change my stone over just to make sure. I like to keep my stones the same, do you know what I mean? So I'll just use either side when I'm using either side of the blade. So I'm changing over now. I keep that angle that I had. And you can see that top bit is where again it was flattened, and now I've got the rough, I've got the burr as well on it. So Just keep in check on my I'll give that away, but there's wee bits of metal had come off there when I was taking that away, and I could feel them when I'm rubbing there. I'll give another wee drop of water on there. Like you can, I don't know why you can see that. Little bits of metal just sitting there that came off it when I was obviously that when I was taking the burr off it. I'm just going to get back. Look, I could keep blasting through it, but that's the worst thing to do is when you start making mistakes through just carelessness, and it'll drive you insane. Little wee bits of metal all over there. So I'm doing this end, sorry, there we go. I'm taking my finger off, these blades are so small and I'm skipping along with my thumb, so I'm just checking to see where I am. That is pretty even, but I need to take a little bit more, drop the kick a wee bit. That's better. These stones drying up. I just keep repeating this until I get the same edge as the other side, and then I can start to worry about sharpening it. This is just getting the edge bevel right. I'm definitely getting it from tip to toe, and see I'm getting it right down to the back end. But the other side, if you look at it, is a little bit deeper than that side. Can't get it to show you, but I just need to go a little bit more on this side. Right. That's getting there now. Still not the sharpest, I need to... All I'm doing, sorry, I'm not talking. It's really hard. So what I've got now, I'm trying to get this edge so it's all the same as the other side. And that's pretty good for now. So now I'm going to clean all this muck off again. And then I'm going to try and give her a good sharpening now. Now this will get the sharpening done. And it'll take no time at all. So. Again, I wouldn't be doing this slow, but if you're just starting and you do it this slow, just follow the edge of your knife round. Just follow the end of your knife round. It's still quite blunt at the top there, so I need to get that done. where I had flattened it right out, but I've got nice edges now. They're both about the same, so I just got to follow the yellow brick road, as I say. The only bit I can see is the very tip has still got that sharp, the blunted edge on it. So I'm just gonna bring that down so I can't see that. There we go. Let's see. And don't try to take the knife off the end. Just try to keep it on the board and not getting it sharpened right to the end. When you go off early, you tend to miss that last wee bit. And again, when I'm doing this, I would be doing it an awful lot faster, and you will too once you get used to it. But I hope this is a better angle. And just take your time and do that edge. You don't have to be exact. Just keep it as still as you can when you're doing it. And you will reap the benefits of freehand sharpening. And what are the benefits of freehand sharpening? It's much quicker than doing conventional sharpening. So I'm going to tell you what, there's a nice wee hardness. I know this is an old carbon steel, but by gosh, it's not too bad at all. Some of them can be very soft. I can't get my big thumbs behind it sometimes, so I just do it freehand. The edges are lovely and even now. It's really, yeah, I've got my edges there. They're nice and shiny. Can you see them? Oh, you can see them. Yeah, there you go. There's a nice edge on that side and a nice edge on the opposite side, all the way down. So again, I just got to keep going. I'm not in a rush. This is what you've got to be, not in a rush when you're sharpening. I've just done them other ones a bit faster to quicken this up, because it would definitely be a lot quicker when I'm doing it normally. But you can see how much steel that's taken off it. Come on, you boy. Now, I think it's still incredibly dull, but my hands are wet and I can't feel it. I haven't got my feel in the ends of my fingers because they're all soft. Oh, there, she's coming now. You can see she's coming now. So, again, I'm just going to keep going because it's not good enough yet to take the strop. And you don't want to go to the strop until you're happy with the sharpness. And now, if I lift the blade up a wee bit, I can, because I don't have to have that really, remember talking about the angle, so come to the end now, I just want a small bevel at the very end of the knife that's cuttable, or cutting well. So I've lifted the angle up just that little bit, and you're nearly putting a secondary bevel on. See, I'm not going to be far off it. So here we go. Let's see what this is like. That's pretty good. So really all I've got to do now is take this to the strop. Clean all that gunk off. We've got on. Always do that before your stone's finished. And then set it over there. And what I'm going to do now is the best part of any sharpening for me is I love to take it to the strop. So again, we're just using green compound because it's just a carbon steel. This should give it its final edge. Can you see? Yeah, you can see all right. And just gently, no pressure other than the fact that you're holding it on the leather, and that's it. No pressure. I said I didn't want to rush these. I hope you're happy enough with this. I know it's a bit long and I've been faffing about, but that's just the way it is sometimes. Again, when you're not talking and you're doing it on your own, your speed goes way down. Now, that is a really sharp little blade. And the nice thing about it is my edges are even, the bevel's even, and it is below, sitting below the knife now. So that's the perfect way to finish a sharpening. Don't rush. If you get wee faults, if you see wee bits that are not right, get them right before you finish. And when you leave that, it should be sharp. And then all that does, this just refines it, takes the burr off it and makes it lovely and refined. Now, I would go on and strop this for a little bit more, just to really give that edge a bit of it'll shine the edge up a little bit. It makes it look, it'll stand out even better. And now that, you know, my edge looks nice, I don't mind showing it to people. Get this, there we go. There's a lovely edge on that side and a nice edge on this side. Beautiful, really lovely. Glad to do that. I'll go ahead and quite happily use that. So while I strop away, again, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Really looking forward to the new year and doing a little bit more things like this, where we just sharpen the knife and sharpen the kick, or take away, we repair the knife and then repair the kick. It's a simple little thing, but how many second-hand knives have you had that when they come, one of the knives is sitting too proud? And the other benefit when I've done this one is you can now, you can see the nail nick at the back of it. I don't have to dig my nail down anymore. I just set it across and pick it up. No problem. So it's a complete repair and a knife in perfect working order. I'm going to head off now. I'm not going to head off anywhere. I'm going to sharpen this side just for me, and I'll maybe show that in another video. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you'll come back again to see some more fixes, sharpenings. If you have any questions, please ask me down below and I'll try and help you the best I can. Alright then, Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. And gosh, that's nearly half an hour. I'm terrible. Bye bye.